choose what you want to be, a lion or a gazelle, to succeed or to fail, to be great or ordinary. Whoever you choose to be, you will become. Don't forget, your destiny is in two hands, God and yourself. To be second is to be last. Always aspire to be the first and the best. This is officially welcoming you to your number one and ultimate show on TV, celebrating icons with Ify. Of course, today I have an ebullient personality of our time in the studio of this great show. Before I unveil her, I will have to do the needful. We'll have to go on a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Celebrating icons with Ify. It's informative, it's educative, it's exhilarating, it's entertaining. Keep watching Celebrating Icons with Ify.
Welcome back. Still your ultimate show on TV, Celebrating Icons with Ify. As I said before, I have a great icon in the house. Icon of all icons. Yes, you can put it that way. Of course, I'm blushing because she is a woman of the moment. She's a mentor, a friend, a helper of the helpless. Of course, she is. She's so many things in one, and she has achieved a lot in her own field. Of course, in the movie industry of Nigeria and beyond. Help me welcome a woman of the moment in the person of Joke Silva.
Hi,
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I just feel like singing your name. Like song.
I heard you.
Plus, I'm so happy and excited to have a woman icon in the house.
Thank you, Ify.
You're welcome once again. And here is wishing you many more happy years ahead.
Thank you.
Congratulations for your new age.
Thank you.
I was not there, but
Yes.
believe me, in subsequent celebrations of your birthday, I must be there.
Okay.
Of course. You're promising me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You are the foremost promoter of creative ideas in Nollywood. You have done a lot.
Thank you.
In fact, you don't need this kind of introductions. Seeing your face already introduces the person we have in the house. Okay, at a particular point in time, it's as if you are no longer there on the screens. You are no longer out. You know, does it have to do with age? Does it have to do with the younger ones coming up in the Nollywood industry? Why did you lie low?
Okay. I really like the way you phrase this question, because a lot of people will just think, we don't see you on screen anymore. What's happening? Now, the thing is that as a performer and as an entertainer, I actually have many facets. I'm not a strictly film performer.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
Yes, I perform on stage, I perform in the theatre, I produce for the theatre, I also train, and I also I train young people to come into the industry, whether theatre or film or screen, and then I also train corporate organizations, you know. So right now, for example, everything I'm doing is theatre. I have 3 stage plays that I'm getting ready between now and December.
Is it that it's more, the theatre is more interesting than coming out?
No, you see, the thing is that, you know, Yorubas have a saying that says that, Onokon Waja.
Okay, let's get Yoruba. I know so many of our viewers will say Yoruba.
Yes.
Okay, Yorubas are a part of a tribe in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, yes,
Okay.
yes. Now, you know, they'll say Onokon Waja, meaning that, you know, there are many ways to kill an ant. There are many ways to make money from a particular industry. And I also believe for sustainability and longevity in this industry, you cannot sustainability, longevity, and also to keep your skills nice and sharpened. You cannot stay within one aspect of the industry. So it's always nice to you know, move between theatre and film. And what I find right now, because of the 3 plays I'm rehearsing, I'm supposed to do a really huge film that but the equipment didn't come in on time.
Okay.
And my schedule just wouldn't allow me to shift dates.
Oh wow.
So I've missed that.
Interesting. You are still there doing plays, stage plays, and the other one is added together. You are still there.
Yes.
You are still being seen. Okay.
Oh yes.
If you're not on the screen, of course, someone should go and buy a time at the theater to see you.
Yes, I'll be in the theater.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You are a UN ambassador, United
Yes.
Nations ambassador.
Yes.
Can you today beat your chest and boast that you have achieved a lot in this regard, in this job you are given? We see it as a job.
Yes, I know.
Of course.
I know. Well, you see, for me, one of the reasons I was made a UN ambassador for trafficking in persons was because I'd been doing it even before they made me a UN ambassador for trafficking in persons.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I belong to a church where the umbrella body is known as Freedom, House of Freedom, and we have a foundation called Freedom Foundation.
Where is this?
We have several expressions. There's the mother church, I guess, would say is in Lekki. It's known as the Dome.
Lekki is in Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria.
Okay.
And it's known as this present house. We actually have an expression in London known as Number One in Mayfair.
Okay.
And that's one of the expressions of our church as well in London.
Okay.
And now part of what we do in our House of Freedom is that we have a church, an expression called God Bless Nigeria.
Ooh,
now,
only Nigeria?
Yes.
Oh, God bless Africa.
No. God bless Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes.
I know that we pray for God to bless
no. God bless Nigeria Church. And the beauty of it, and there's a lot of sense behind the thing.
Okay.
When you say God bless, a lot of times because we feel that we have so many challenges in this country, a lot of times we'll say things that are so negative about the country.
Is it true?
No, I mean there are challenges, but so one of the reasons why we name the church God Bless Nigeria is that every time you say it, you are saying something positive for your country. Beautiful. So you're always saying God Bless Nigeria.
Wow.
I belong to the God Bless Nigeria.
And it's happening.
Yes, and you're praying for your country.
It's coming true.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
And now within the God Bless Nigeria Church, we have this an organization called the Genesis House. And what we do in Genesis House is that we work with young women who have been trafficked.
In general?
Yes, we work with
all over Africa or only in Nigeria?
No, from all over. We've had
all over the world.
We've had people from Kenya. We've had people from Ghana. We have we're mostly focused on Africa.
Okay.
But we were focused on Nigeria. Okay. But we've had
because you are from Nigeria.
Yes, but we've had people from all over Africa.
Join.
Who have been trafficked and who we've had to help, who we've had to rehabilitate back into the society.
Interesting.
And so the UN heard about our work and said, okay, we're looking for an ambassador for trafficking in persons. I really have a heart for that.
Okay.
Really.
Nice.
Because I think it is so sad. When some of the things that are done to young women, sometimes it's harmful traditional practices.
Whoa.
And then sometimes it's lack of not like, okay, for us, because we have such a huge population, a lot of times in our rural areas they're underdeveloped, and so you have this rural or urban migration, and so you have people coming from the villages, and then you'll see you have these people going to parents in the villages. Oh, I'll take let me take your daughter to the city. I will look after her. I will send her to school. I will do this. I will do that. Wow. And halfway through, they don't. Sometimes they don't even get to the city.
Of course,
they started trafficking those kids, and there was one. I won't lie. There was one that the church had to buy.
Is that true?
A whorehouse.
Ooh,
a young girl she was only about 12 at the time. She was a favorite of the clients. Can you imagine, 12-year-old girl So, and they refuse to let her go unless we paid them.
Is that
to let her? Yes.
Ooh.
So, things like that. And so there's this shelter. It's a shelter. Genesis House is a shelter for women who have been trafficked, who have been, abused, and so there's that shelter. So we never tell you where it is. But over the years, the children, Freedom Foundation has been able to send the children to school, members who are, and also working, we have a lot of partners who have a heart for what we're doing. They sponsor children. So a lot of them, we have some who have gone to university, doing very well.
I have to say kudos. I have to say kudos to this. When you wanted to speak about women, your tone just changed. All right. Yes. So you have the passion. You carry the passion of women at heart.
Yes.
It's also known that you champion the cause of women.
Yes.
Not only in Africa, all over the world.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You have women empowerment programs here and there. Mm-hmm. Is it an NGO you organized for yourself? Is it or
no?
Women?
You see, for me, I don't believe. Years ago, we did have an NGO called Cultural Action Network, wanting to use our skills of performance, of writing, and all that, to affirm and empower women. But it didn't quite work out, and I got a bit disillusioned because I just found that some of the people you were working with, for them, the NGO work was a business. And I was a bit taken aback.
Thank you very much.
So I kind of felt that, okay, well, maybe it's me not knowing how to do it properly. So maybe I'll just, when I see a well-run organization, an organization that is really there because it believes that it has value to add, then I will join it. I will be part of that unit. Yes.
Interesting, because so many NGOs these days is based on profit.
It's big business.
Is a problem.
Yes.
You see them talk about helping women and taking out the less privileged ones from the street, doing this and that, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's not being achieved. Mm-hmm. They are doing virtually nothing. I know where you are coming from. Now I understand, and I like, I commend you for that. I commend you for that.
Thank you.
All right, the area of politics, in Nigeria, where you come from, you don't see so many women participating in it, taking part in it. They don't want to get into it because some of them see it as a do or die something, and nobody wants to die young. Do you feel that women are marginalized in politics?
Well, women do have a tough time in politics.
Is that?
Yes, they do. I have a lot of friends who are in politics, women who are in politics, and they say it is tough, because sometimes a lot of the meetings are held at night. But the women who are very determined, and we have a history. To be honest with you, we have a history of women who have been in politics.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria.
Outside Nigeria, because you are widely traveled.
Yes. But for me, a lot of the places, a lot of my comments are going to be made about Nigeria.
Okay.
Because I unless I really, really know the ins and outs of somewhere else, I really don't want to talk about them. I'd rather talk about the country that I know, and the country that I love.
Of course, it's because of their love. It's because of their love for the country.
Yes,
that you're talking about
the country of my first love, the country to which I belong. Now you find that we have a history of women being involved in politics, whether we're talking about Mrs. Olufunmilayo Ransom Kuti, whether you're talking about
she is a Nigerian, or she was a Nigerian.
She's late. She was Mrs. Olufunmilayo Ransom Kuti mother
the late
of
fella. Okay,
yes,
Ransom Kuti.
Ransom. So you can understand where their activism because it was the entire family that were activists. Even Dr. Olikoye Ransom Kuti was a pediatrician and also Minister of Health.
All right, it's getting more interesting in the house. Sit back, relax, don't go nowhere. Be ready to hear more from this great icon. We'll be right back.
Celebrating icons.
Celebrating icons with Ify. It's a wonderful program.
It's informative. It's educative.
Welcome back to your top show on TV.
Celebrating icons with Ify. It's informative, it's educative, it's exhilarating, it's entertaining. Keep watching Celebrating Icons with Ify.
Welcome back. Still your number one show on TV, Celebrating Icons with Ify. Yes, this is where you see all the icons you want to see. And I want to say a warm welcome again.
Thank you, Ify.
Let's talk about the Nigerian Women Trust Fund.
Okay. Now, before we went on break, we were talking about women finding it a bit challenging to be part of politics.
Of course.
And I think part of the problem, part of the challenges they face is the financing of their political ambitions.
Sure.
And so that was why the former First Lady, Mrs. Patience Jonathan, along with some other women, created the Nigerian Women's Trust Fund, and it was chaired by Mrs. Bisi Fayemi. At that time, she was the First Lady of Ekiti State, but she's still the chair of the Nigerian Women's Trust Fund.
So it's still in existence?
Oh, definitely. Okay. And the idea is that, women who want to aspire for political office, but they find that they lack the funds, come to the see us at the Nigerian Women's Trust Fund. Myself and Kate Henshaw are the two ambassadors for the Nigerian Women's Trust Fund.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is it only for political women? Is it only for women in politics?
Yes.
Okay, how?
Yes, because women in politics need that assistance. Something dedicated. No, just dedicated to them. There's so many things that are dedicated to other women. Yeah, to other women. But this one is dedicated to women in politics.
Okay.
Yes.
We were talking about this, and there was a very hot debate in the house.
Okay.
Some people said it is better and easier to achieve one's laudable dreams and objectives in life when you are single. All right, that marriage takes off a lot from you. Once you are married, you are no longer there, and probably your dreams cannot be achieved. As a married woman, what advice and what do you have to say about this?
I really do believe that everybody's path is different, and there's no one remedy fits all. I can quote so many instances of women who got married, had their ambitions, but they said, look, let me raise the children. After I've finished raising the children, I'll now start my career. And they've finished doing that, and they've gone on to have amazing, flourishing careers.
As married, as Mrs. Somebody.
I'm actually telling you, now this one, I can actually tell you is a British actress that I know. Okay. Her children were much older. Gwyneth Paltrow's mother is another one. Gwyneth Paltrow, the mother, after once the children came, she stopped acting or didn't do major works because she wanted to concentrate on the children. Now she has come back to her career and she's doing very well. But the woman I'm talking about, she came out when I was in drama school in Britain, and she was over 50 when her career started, and she really flourished. Now that's nothing strange because Morgan Freeman, for instance, his first film was done in his 50s.
Of course.
He was in the theatre
for
most of the time before he came into film, and he's so big, So you have that story. But I know of another story in which this woman, when they got married, the children didn't come on time, and she didn't want to mope around in the household, and go from one pillar to post looking for this elusive child. God is the giver of children.
Of course.
When God is ready, He will give you the child. So while she was waiting for God to give the child, she was working. Wow. And her career was moving on, and then the children came 14 years after getting married. But then you also have people like me,
Like you?
who got married.
Okay.
And had the dream of, oh, the children have come. Okay, let me stay at home and look after the children. And I was very insane.
Of course.
I can't. I'm going to lose. And the thing is that when you are not happy, it's not possible for you to make other people happy. And they're there to make other members of your household happy. So the children came, and there were just negotiations. There was negotiation as to how, who was looking after the children whilst you were at work, and then also because the two of you are probably working on different locations, so by the time you get back home, you'll be a young family, who you understand each other, that each person needs their space to come out of where they were to then become a member of the family. It's working.
You achieved it all.
Yes,
beautiful.
The children, they're doing fine.
Of course.
Yes, and I think the thing is that, like a very a young friend of mine said, her name is Mobile.
Okay.
I always quote her on this. She says, as a married woman, it's not as if you have to handle all the problems all at once.
Sure.
There are times when you will find that your husband is the one in this season who needs attention. So focus on your husband and give him the attention he needs. Sometimes it's the children. So focus on. But sometimes it's your business.
Sure.
Focus on your business. Yes. And very, very rarely do you have all three, wanting attention. However, but when it comes and it comes as if, your business needs attention, your family needs attention, then face your family.
Interesting, beautiful. I think hearing it that you made it while you are and still Mrs. Is a very interesting one. Most times, the people that are helped in the society and the people that still achieve greatness are the people that has it. The people that has acquired the greatness are the people that are, especially in women fold, that the people that still have the favor. You see the downtrodden, you see the women languishing and suffering in villages. These days it is believed that nobody helps anybody. Okay, and these days women, I want to understand. Get me from where I'm coming from. It is believed that today you see women talk about, we are helping women. We are helping women. While the poor people, they will easily say the less privileged. And once you say the less privileged ones, your mind and your soul, spirit, body goes to the ones at the orphanage homes. There are some women at home whose husbands are so handicapped, jobless, doing nothing. And the whole burden, the family burden, is on the shoulders of these women. And believe me, I'm talking from what I have heard. I have been confronted on this. The woman goes about, because she has her legs and hands on, nobody to help. Except you have a link to who has a link and who to. These empowering women. How do you get to the rural women? There. I'm not talking about Nigeria this time around, because you are a United Nations ambassador. So you are the eye of the women.
Yes, I'm a United Nations women ambassador for trafficking in persons.
Now you've done a lot in women. Okay.
Yes, but I do a lot of work with women.
Of course. Yes. How do we empower these women? And again, once a man or a woman hears that this is Mrs. Somebody, she's not helped. She doesn't get the help she needs. You understand? Because they believe that the husband is alive. So she should provide. He should provide. Whether
but if
handicap or not.
But if he, I find I must confess, I find it a bit strange, in the sense that the Nigeria of today really cannot function. The family unit of Nigeria of today would find it very difficult to function with one breadwinner.
Do you believe that?
Male or female?
Is it in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, in most households, both parties, husband and wife, work. Now, of course, there are situations where things have happened and the husband has is not working. Now, A lot of times it's not out of choice. There are times when, of course, you come across something, but a lot of times it's not out of choice.
Okay.
Now, and the thing is that because of the way we have been socialized as a people, it's very important that when the woman becomes the breadwinner, not out of choice, but because of what circumstances, what life has chosen to dish out to her, there needs to be a proper balancing of how you handle that situation, because the man is not going to be jobless forever.
Do you believe that?
Oh yeah.
There are so many of them that goes down the grave.
No. Unless maybe there's been an accident or something. If there's been an accident and because of the accident, he can't work anymore or something like that. This is where it's also important for us to get our health system right, our insurance system right, so that when somebody falls into that bracket, insurance can help to cover. Also welfare system.
In this 21st century, you believe?
Yeah, of course now.
Oh, now?
Of course,
okay.
Yes. It's important because accidents do happen. It's not by choice.
Of course.
Do you understand? There are a lot of women out there, and it's not only in the rural areas. They cut across all strata,
urban areas,
strata of society, where there are a lot of women who are carrying the burden of the family, and not only of their nuclear family, but also of their extended family.
Interesting. Yeah. We'll put it to people. The reason why we are discussing this on air, we are not putting men aside, because there are some cases where the women are handicapped, then the men are not helped. You understand? Because they are men.
Yes.
Alright, so it is vice versa. Okay, being the Nollywood power couple, you are everybody's mentor. Everybody loves you.
Thank God.
Ask anybody in this generation, who is your mentor? The next thing you get is Jackie Silva or Lou Jacobs, and being married to a very successful actor in the person of Olu Jacobs. Being a mentor to the younger, the older, even non-actors, I am not exempted. Okay, let me tell it to your face. You are my mentor. How does this make you feel?
I feel it's an honor. It's humbling, but and it gives a huge sense of responsibility. Now, when I started out in this,
if a woman of this caliber will achieve whatever she achieved with hard work, what are you doing seated there complaining? Dust your shoes, move around, look for that man, that woman that believes in your dream. Of course, to see it to fruition. You will get there.
Celebrating icons.
Celebration Icons with Ify. It's a wonderful program.
It's informative. It's educative.
Welcome back to your top show on TV.
If it's great fun, keep watching Celebrating Icons with Ify.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Celebrating Icons with Ify. Have I enjoyed myself today? Yes, I have. Of course, will I enjoy myself next week? I will. Still on the show of Celebrating Icons with Ify. I remain your captain, your friend, your everything. Ifoma Arinze saying thanks for watching and bye-bye. Be my friend on our different media pages. Don't forget. Ciao.